Hello, children. It is now time for the next chapter in our story, God's Special Messenger. God's special messenger's name was Ellen Gold White. She was born in 1827 and she died in 1915. Our story today is called John and Andre Meet Mrs. White, Part 1. But before we listen to our story, let's sing our theme song together, Jesus Wants Me for a Sunbeam. Our story today comes from the land of Switzerland. The first Seventh-day Adventists in the country of Switzerland were the Roth family. Everyone in the town where they lived knew them. Father Roth and two of his sons owned a large department store, and people liked how polite and honest they were. But why do they worship on Sabbath instead of Sunday, like we do? They wondered. Everyone knew what fine Christians they were, and some of their friends had met with them on Sabbaths to worship. Ellen White lived in the country of America. Then wonderful news came to the Roth family. Ellen White was in Europe, and she was going to visit them. On Friday afternoon, John and Andre, the two younger Roth boys, were helping get everything ready for the visit. "Do you think Mrs. White will say anything to us boys?" John asked his younger brother as he busily polished furniture in the parlor. "I don't care whether she talks to us or not," Andre said as he swept the carpet. "I just can't wait to see a lady that Jesus and angels talk to." John agreed as he looked over the room and decided it was as nice as they could make it. "Come on, Andre. Let's make sure that our clothes are all ready for Sabbath. We won't have time later," he reminded his brother. And sure enough, before long, Mrs. White and her friends arrived. As John and Andre politely shook hands with Mrs. White, saw her smile, and looked into her kind gray eyes, they knew that she was going to be their friend. "11 friends joined the Roth family that evening to hear their guest speak. And the next morning they came back to Sabbath school and the church service to hear her again. After lunch, there was a testimony meeting, and each person thanked Jesus for sending Mrs. White to be there with them for a little while. After breakfast on Sunday morning, Father Roth said, "Boys, we are going for a drive. I know our guests will enjoy a ride through our beautiful mountain scenery. Do you want to go along?" Did they want to go along? They certainly did, and soon they were all in the Roths' large carriage. As they rode along, they gazed at the beautiful views all around them. But they hadn't driven very far before a mountain storm suddenly came up. Clouds gathered, lightning flashed, thunder rolled, and then hailstones as big as hickory nuts began pelting down. Cows and horses, sheep and chickens all ran around in a panic, trying to get under shelter. Father Roth and his guest needed shelter too. He quickly turned into the driveway of a nearby farmhouse. And the next chapter, we're going to find out what happened when they knocked on the door of the farmhouse. Will anyone be at home? Until then, God bless and take care.